So, at the start of the movie, we see a man named Jeff on his boat. He and his crew used to spend their time catching snakes to sell them for money. This time, they were heading into a very dangerous area to hunt, a place that people believe is cursed. Legend says that the world's biggest and most terrifying crimson anaconda lives there. This snake is so dangerous it will eat anything, even other anacondas. Once they reach their destination, the boat captain tells Jeff he wants more money. He says it is because the place is too risky and neither he nor his boat is safe there. Jeff agrees and pulls out the money, but he accidentally drops it. As the captain reaches down to pick up the cash and stands back up, Jeff suddenly stabs him in the neck with a knife and kills him. Then, using that same knife, Jeff slits his throat and throws the body into the river as if he is feeding something waiting in the water. His other companions see this happen, and Jeff simply tells them that he hates traitors. As the group moves deeper into the jungle, they find an old idol covered in snakes. Seeing this, Jeff is convinced that the stories about the crimson anaconda are actually true. Meanwhile, Jeff's companions find a whole bunch of other snakes and are excited to start stuffing them into bags. While they are busy, Jeff takes his gun and goes off to look for that massive crimson anaconda. One of the companions goes back to the boat to drop off a bag of snakes, but he sees something terrifying. The headless body of the captain is standing upright in the water. He can't believe what he's seeing, and then the body sinks back down. Suddenly, something huge starts swimming toward him. The man is terrified and tries to run into the jungle, but he doesn't make it. A giant anaconda grabs him, wraps its body around him, and starts crushing his bones to eat him. The scene then shifts to another companion in the jungle. He gets scared and throws something when he sees the body of the same giant anaconda leaning nearby. As the snake climbs up a tree, you can clearly see a big lump in its stomach, showing that it just swallowed a human. Before the man can run away, the corpse of his friend suddenly drops in front of him. It's covered in a strange, slimy liquid because the snake had already started swallowing him. The snake then grabs this second man, pins him against a tree to break his bones, and starts eating him too. Jeff is standing far away, quietly watching the whole thing with a smile. Instead of helping his friends, he acts like everything is going exactly as he planned. He wants to catch this snake, so he gets his shotgun ready to knock it out. But all the animals in the jungle start making a lot of noise, and hearing the commotion, the anaconda slips away. Next, we meet a man named Bailing. He works in a circus with his team. Since the circus was closing down, he bought all the performers from the owner because he wanted to take them to Thailand to start a new show. They decide to travel to Thailand by river. While they are moving along, they find the path blocked by large wooden containers. Their captain suggests taking a different route, but Bailing says that would take too much time and they have a show to get to. He tells the captain they have to arrive on time because he already took advance money and they'll be ruined if they miss it. The captain says the only way through is to blow up the containers with dynamite. Without realizing the danger, they use bombs to explode the containers. The path is cleared, but as it starts to rain, hundreds of snakes begin falling onto their ship because those containers were actually full of them. Everyone panics and tries to hide. They come up with a clever plan to use a high-pressure pipe to wash all the snakes off the ship. However, a bathroom ceiling collapses, and a bunch of snakes fall right onto Bailing while he is hiding. To get away, he jumps into the river and swims to the shore. Just as he lands, a king cobra prepares to bite him, but a hand reaches out and crushes the snake. It's Jeff! He saves Bailing's life, so Bailing brings him onto their ship. Jeff introduces himself as a wild explorer who got stranded after an accident. Suddenly, one of the circus members starts screaming and clutching his ear. Jeff looks closely, cuts his own finger, and holds it near the boy's ear. A baby snake crawls out of the ear and bites Jeff's hand, but Jeff doesn't even flinch. He just picks up the snake and tosses it into the water. A woman named Land, who is a snake expert, watches all of this. She knows that the only way to be that calm after a bite is if you've injected yourself with venom over a long time to become immune. She warns Bailing that she doesn't think Jeff is a good person. Later, Jeff meets with the ship's captain and asks him to follow a specific map. As soon as the captain sees the location, he pulls a gun on Jeff and tells him to never mention that place again because it's cursed. It turns out the captain knows about the Crimson Anaconda too. Jeff leaves, but shortly after, the captain's fishing rod gets a violent tug. As he tries to pull it in, the captain is dragged into the water. It was actually a trap set by Jeff. He used the captain as bait to lure the anaconda. When the captain disappears, Land suspects Jeff played a part in it. Jeff just tells her that people disappear in the jungle all the time. Suddenly, they hear a loud noise in the water. Jeff tells them something huge is coming. Deep in the river, the giant anaconda is heading straight for Jeff's trap. Jeff's fishing line pulls hard, and for a few seconds, the massive snake appears. Everyone is frozen with fear. The snake pulls so hard that Jeff is dragged into the water. The anaconda tosses him around, but Jeff fights back. He climbs onto a small floating boat and ties his fishing line to it. He stabs the snake with a sharp rod, which doesn't kill it but makes it very angry. The anaconda rams the small boat onto the shore, trapping Jeff inside. The circus performers watch from afar, thinking Jeff is dead. But a moment later, Jeff is back in his boat, searching the water for the snake. He doesn't realize the anaconda is actually on the roof of the ship right behind him. The snake spits out the captain's body in front of everyone, and they all run to hide in a bathroom. The anaconda chases them, trying to burst through the door. From the outside, Jeff stabs the snake again, making it turn its attention to him. Jeff hides for a moment, and the snake enters the ship, sliding right over Bailing and his friends who are hiding in a small compartment. Land is in the control room looking for a gun when she sees the giant snake through the window. The anaconda then attacks two others through a bathroom window. A young boy runs to Land for help, and in the chaos, kerosene oil spills everywhere. As Jeff tries to attack from outside, another companion gets caught in the snake's mouth. The snake gets its head stuck in a large pot on the roof and has to break it to get free. Just as Jeff tries to rope the snake, the control room catches fire. The dynamite on board is reached by the flames, and a massive explosion rocks the ship. Everyone jumps into the water to survive. The anaconda seems to be killed in the blast. Bailing starts crying because his ship is gone and he won't make it to Thailand. His younger companion yells at him, telling him he's crazy and should just be happy they are alive. Land realizes Jeff was using them and their ship all along. Jeff tells them that the anaconda is worth a fortune and they could all be rich if they helped him. Greedy Bailing immediately changes his mind and asks Jeff how they can catch it. Jeff shows them his map and promises to get them to Thailand in 2 days if they help. The others don't trust Jeff, but one of the girls is very sick from a poisonous insect bite. Jeff says he has medicine on his own boat that can save her, so the group agrees to follow him. As they walk, Jeff warns them not to drink the water because it's full of parasites that make people lose their minds and drown themselves. That night, while they camp in a cave, a flashback shows how Jeff first encountered the crimson anaconda. It almost killed him, but he survived by hiding in a wooden container until Bailing's group blew it open. Back in the present, Jeff explains to Bailing that this is a mutated king of anacondas that has eaten everything in its path. Bailing is fully on board now. During the night, Bailing has a nightmare about snakes. He wakes up and finds his brother missing. He finds his brother in the river, drowning himself. Poisonous bugs are crawling out of his brother's nose, just like Jeff warned, and the boy dies. The next day, they continue their journey. They reach a part of the jungle where the only way forward is through the water. They are terrified, but have no choice. As they wade through, the anaconda appears and attacks. It grabs one of the men and crushes him, while the others watch in horror. The snake disappears with the body. Eventually, the survivors reach Jeff's boat. Jeff gives them the medicine for the sick girl, but then he reveals his true colors. He tells them they have to keep their promise and help him catch the snake. When the young boy refuses, Jeff and Bailing pull out weapons. Bailing reveals he never cared about the circus. He was actually planning to take them to Thailand to sell their organs for money. Now, he thinks the snake will make him even richer. Jeff ties two of the companions up over a net to use them as live bait for the anaconda. While they wait, Jeff starts acting gross and misbehaving with one of the girls. She plays along to get close to him, steals his gun, and tries to shoot him, but the gun doesn't fire. Jeff catches her, but then the other girl stabs Jeff with a knife. A huge, messy struggle breaks out. Guns start going off everywhere, shot after shot after shot, just total chaos as bullets fly in every direction during the fight. While Bailing is watching the violence and waiting for the snake to die, he doesn't realize another giant anaconda is right behind him. It strikes and kills him instantly. The girls show their bravery and knock Jeff unconscious with a heavy piece of wood. As soon as Jeff passed out, the two of them rushed over to their friends, cut them loose from the net, and set them free. But luck wasn't on their side for long because Jeff woke up right then. They were terrified to see him, but then something crazy happened. A giant anaconda jumped out and snatched Jeff away. Seeing their chance to save themselves, they ran toward Jeff's boat to get away, but things took a turn for the worse. Lane's friend had been shot by Jeff's gun earlier, and she ended up taking her last breath right in front of their eyes. The survivors scrambled onto the boat and tried to start the engine, but the boat was broken and wouldn't move. Suddenly, one of them felt something hit him from behind. When he pulled the bullet out of his neck, he realized it was a tranquilizer dart. Someone was trying to knock him out. The person who fired the shot was none other than Jeff. He had actually survived the snake attack and was still alive because he had killed the anaconda by cutting its head off. Once again, Jeff tied the three of them up and used them as bait for the anacondas, surrounding them with razor-sharp wires. He stood back at a distance, holding onto the rope that was tied to them. Before long, a whole bunch of anacondas showed up to attack them. They were sure their time was up and they wouldn't make it out alive, but then they got a lucky break. All the anacondas suddenly got scared and slithered away because they saw something else coming. They had run into a massive anaconda and were so terrified of it that they retreated. Now, that giant snake opened its huge mouth, ready to eat them, but before it could, it landed on top of him. Something had actually attacked Jeff. It was the crimson anaconda, the very creature he had been hunting all along. This thing was 10 times bigger than a normal anaconda. The crimson anaconda slowly wrapped itself around the three of them and was just about to eat them when Jeff suddenly let go of the rope and caught the snake in his net. The crimson anaconda thrashed around wildly, trying to get free. Since it couldn't escape, it used its sharp teeth to tear through the net and disappeared into the jungle to save itself. Jeff tried his hardest to trap it again, but he failed. In the middle of the chaos, the foolish Jeff ended up getting himself stuck inside a tree. Before he could crawl out, the crimson anaconda came back and wrapped itself around both Jeff and the tree. The people watching were terrified to see such a massive snake, and they felt completely helpless to save themselves. But then, a smart young boy used his head and started trying to bite through the rope with his teeth. He didn't give up on surviving and strained so hard to break the rope that his mouth even started to bleed. At one point, Jeff actually managed to wiggle out of the snake's grip, but before he could run away, the snake grabbed him with its tail, pulled him back, and squeezed him tight again. It clamped its jaws near his neck and squeezed so hard that Jeff's bones started to crack. The anaconda swallowed Jeff whole. Meanwhile, the other three finally managed to break free from their ropes. After eating Jeff, the crimson anaconda started coming after them. They reached a wooden container, and the child climbed inside to hide, but the anaconda spotted him. The snake followed him into the container, but the door on the other side was stuck shut. The child frantically tried to kick the door open as time ran out, and the anaconda got closer and closer. Just before the snake could swallow him, the others managed to pull the container door open from the outside, allowing the child to jump out and escape. They kept running, not knowing if they would make it, but luck was on their side once more. They didn't realize they had entered a part of the jungle where Jeff had set up a razor-sharp wire. The anaconda slammed right into it, and its head was cut clean off. They looked back at the snake and could hardly believe they were still alive. As far as they were concerned, the anaconda was finally dead. They felt relieved, but didn't want to take any more chances or put their lives in danger, knowing there were other snakes in the area. They got out of there as fast as they could to save themselves.